Hello all, this is the Casual Noob Gamer, back at you with another video, yeah! Anyway, that funny joke aside, I think that's actually Metal Jesus Rocks, which, very, very cool YouTuber. I like his videos, I like his content. Anyway, my topic I want to talk about is Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, originally, Rockstar was claiming, hey, this game is coming out in 2025. They were pretty headstrong, sure of it. I believe at some investor meetings, people, or they kept putting that in their investor stuff, saying that their 2025 projections originally, the amount of money that they were projecting that the company was going to make kind of indicated that they were going to be releasing. This is kind of what analysts or people who are predicting stuff were saying, that yeah, it's lining up, that they're kind of saying this stuff, and it kind of lines up. And then, they just recently officially came out and said that they're moving or delaying, I guess. But basically, long and short of it is that the new release date of Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be May 26, 2026, if I'm correct. Don't exactly quote me on that. But that's what it is right now. I mean, a lot of people are saying that, hey, when Grand Theft Auto games usually are predicted for release by Rockstar, they always delay it a few times from when they initially say. So a lot of people were kind of expecting it. But I noticed that when they initially, well, not initially, this time around, when they delayed it now to May 26th, I noticed around that time, something that also happened around that time was, I believe it was the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct on, I believe that was April 2nd, if I'm correct for the date. So it kind of sounds to me like, from what I'm hearing now in the news with stuff, is that Nintendo kind of didn't give a lot of companies dev kits because maybe they wanted to keep the Switch 2 under wraps. And it's kind of like the old rumors that said that, I believe it was around last year, around Gamescom, that, or maybe the year before that, I forgot what year exactly it was, that it was rumored that Nintendo brought a few developers to show them the Switch 2 running Breath of the Wild in 4K and Final Fantasy VII Remake in 4K, along with the Matrix demo. So maybe with this Switch 2 Direct that was kind of under wraps too, maybe a lot of developers were told, hey, watch this Direct to see what we're showcasing. And the few companies that Nintendo, obviously, if the company was in that Direct a third party, then they had access to a Switch 2 dev kit. And maybe other companies that were kind of on the fence, like a Rockstar, saw the potential of the Switch 2 and that it could run a game like Cyberpunk, which could not run, at least the DLC definitely is not on PS4 and Xbox One. And then, Cyberpunk, famously, when it came out, was a complete mess, to the point that it could not really run on PS4 and Xbox One really well, and that PlayStation actually took it off of their store for sale until CD Projekt Red got that game under control, and this game is now running on a Switch 2 and running fine and running the DLC, that maybe a company like Rockstar said, hey, because listen, what we know and what we don't know, I mean, I can speculate that with the amount of time that Rockstar has probably been sinking into Grand Theft Auto 6, that they're what's called a return on investment. What they're investing into developing Grand Theft Auto 6, if you release a game and then 6 months later you then release it on another platform, that other platform that you're now putting time and effort into and money into development of a port onto another platform is not going to get the same return on investment as if you had stuff day and date with all the platforms, so everyone can get the money equally and see where people decide to buy their ports. So I'm sure that Rockstar was showing that, Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy that, got delayed initially from the Switch version because it wasn't up to the standards that Nintendo wanted. And still, from what I understand, I mean, I think it runs a little better now. I mean, all the versions when they released were not good. Whoever the porting company was that did that port, even for the PlayStation and Xbox versions. From what I understand, it was really a bad situation. So maybe Rockstar has kind of said that, hey, especially the fact that in Japan, the PlayStation and Xbox consoles have their. I mean, the Japan is dominated by Nintendo Switch, and Switch has limitations that we can all admit that it has. So Switch 2 can bring up those limitations to modern standards for gaming, that are reasonable. So if companies want to have, a foothold in the Japanese market, you want these games on the Nintendo Switch, and you want them day and date on the Nintendo Switch. So I really feel that Rockstar, a big part, like they probably were going to delay the game anyway from 2025 to 2026, but I think once they saw that what the Nintendo Switch 2 is actually capable of, I think they said to themselves, and especially with the strong sales, although those sales we didn't really see that kind of, idea of what the sales could be until launch, which was just recently in June. But I think Rockstar says to themselves, you know what? If we had until May 26, 2026, we could get a Switch 2 version and really work on those PlayStation and Xbox versions a little more, and the investment that they would put into it is well worth what the return is going to be once they can get a foot. Because if they release it only on PlayStation and Xbox, you're not going to get the sales that you want in Japan. And GTA Online is where Rockstar makes their money. So if you don't have the install base for people to keep buying your shark cards and your this and your that, I mean, are you really getting the proper return for your investment? So I feel that we're going to hear about a day and date Switch version of GTA 6. Now, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, we don't even have GTA 5 on Switch." But you know what? I think that Rockstar is full steam ahead with GTA 6, and we're not going to get GTA 5. That's going to be a way down the line thing, especially if you see a good amount of people buying that Switch version. Now, also, is it going to be a game key card? I mean, I would put good money that it's going to be a game key card, because Rockstar is one of those companies that the bottom line is the dollar, and if the bottom line is the dollar for that company, then that company is most likely doing a game key card and not putting an investment into a physical cartridge. So yeah, that is my thoughts on whether we're getting, well, not where, I mean saying that in general, people are, if we're going to get a Switch 2 version of GTA 6. I think if we do, I think that there's a good possibility it's going to be day and date. I really do. And yeah, I mean that's my reasoning. Am I wrong? I mean, I could be. This is all just my thoughts. I mean, I kind of look at, kind of where stuff lines up, and I say to myself, is it possible? Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are saying no, 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 it's not going to happen. I mean, what I think is absolutely impossible is that GTA 6 would be a Nintendo Switch 2 timed exclusive. I mean, I don't think you could do that right now, because I think it's already been. Well, has it? Has it been announced for any platform yet? Maybe they're keeping that open because they're looking for who wants to actually put the money up for that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, so these are my thoughts. Like, subscribe, comment. I am the Casual Noob Gamer, sometimes known as Casual Noob Cybot. You all have a good day, and later.